Some sitcoms sparkle for a moment, but as time goes by, endured for over a decade with a timeless charm. Yet behind the gentle humour and warm romance, there are surprising truths that most fans never discovered. When the idea of As Time Goes By was first presented to Judi Dench, she wasn't immediately convinced.
One foot in the boat, one on the shore. Another few minutes, you'd have done the splits.
At that stage in her career, she was already celebrated for her stage and film work. The thought of stepping into a long-running sitcom seemed like a step sideways rather than forward. Dench had concerns about whether the format would truly challenge her. She also worried about committing to such a long project while juggling other roles. Yet the character of Jean Pargetter intrigued her with its warmth and wit. The writing was subtle, not flashy, and that appealed to her instincts. Michael Williams, her husband, encouraged her to give it a chance. He reminded her that the show's focus on love later in life was rare and refreshing. Dench eventually agreed, though she admitted she did so cautiously. Once filming began, she discovered how rewarding the role could be. Jean allowed her to explore humour in a gentler, more natural way. Critics and fans alike praised her understated comic timing. Many viewers felt she gave Jean a dignity and authenticity that few could match. Over time, she came to see it as one of the most rewarding choices of her career. The success of the series was due in no small part to her decision to embrace Jean fully. Without her presence, the show would never have reached the same level of charm.
At last, we've got a bit of weekend to ourselves.
Bye. Good luck with the old...
The central idea of As Time Goes By was rooted in true human experiences. Writer Bob Larby was inspired by stories of couples separated for decades who found each other again. Some were torn apart by war, others by missed chances or circumstances. The idea of rekindling romance later in life fascinated him. He saw it as a story filled with both regret and hope. Rather than focusing on young love, he wanted to explore love shaped by time. That decision gave the show a maturity rare in sitcoms. It was not just about laughter, it was about second chances. The theme struck a chord with audiences who recognised its truth. Many viewers felt they were watching situations that could easily happen in real life. The series treated aging not as the end of romance, but as another beginning. This was refreshing and honest, setting it apart from other comedies. The premise also allowed the humour to be more layered, drawn from experience rather than exaggeration. The combination of romance, memory, and gentle wit became the show's signature. Fans connected to Lionel and Jean because their story felt so genuine. Even today, the idea of rediscovered love remains one of the show's most enduring legacies.
What was it about?
Bay leaves.
Casting Lionel Hardcastle was not as straightforward as it now seems.
Your hair's different.
Yes.
I've got a bit of grey myself.
Geoffrey Palmer was a well-known actor, but some doubted if he was the right fit. His reputation for dry understatement led to worries that he might come across as too restrained. The role required someone who could deliver humour without forcing it. During auditions, Palmer's chemistry with Judi Dench became immediately clear. Their interactions felt natural, as if they had known each other for years. That instant connection persuaded the producers that he was perfect for Lionel. Palmer brought his trademark gruff charm to the role. His delivery was slow, deliberate, and filled with quiet humour. Rather than exaggerating, he relied on subtle timing. Audiences quickly warmed to Lionel's realism and relatability. He became a perfect counterbalance to Jan's warmth and energy. Palmer later admitted he enjoyed playing Lionel because he didn't have to overperform. It was a role that matched his natural instincts as an actor. Over the years, Lionel grew into one of television's most beloved characters. Without Palmer, the balance of wit and tenderness might never have worked. His casting proved essential to the series' identity and success.
No chance of that being brandy, I suppose.
None whatsoever.
At the beginning, there was no guarantee As Time Goes By would last for over a decade.
I love kids, you know.
Well, you should have a lot more.
Let them have this one first.
The first seasons were received warmly, but expectations were modest. Some involved thought it might only run a couple of years. Early discussions even considered closing the story quickly. Yet the characters of Jean and Lionel struck a deep chord with viewers. Audiences began to follow their relationship with growing affection. Slowly, the series gained momentum as word of mouth spread. The writing proved strong enough to sustain fresh storylines. Supporting characters added depth and humour that kept things lively. Each season built on the emotional connection of the one before it. The chemistry of Dench and Palmer became the backbone holding it together. By the mid-1990s, it had become an essential part of television schedules. The decision to continue was driven by the loyalty of its audience. What had started as a modest project turned into a long-term success. Even the cast expressed surprise at how long it lasted. Dench later admitted she never imagined it would go on so far. The series endured far beyond its original expectations. Its survival proved just how deeply it resonated with viewers.
How's the weather in the channel?
I'm here, dear.
Yes, I can see that. What do you know about fantasy nurses?
Quite a lot. My mother was one.
One of the most touching aspects of As Time Goes By was that Judi Dench shared the screen with her husband, Michael Williams. Williams appeared in a recurring role, bringing his own warmth and humour to the show. Their real-life marriage added a unique layer of authenticity to their performances. They had been married since 1971, making them one of Britain's most admired acting couples. Working together gave them a rare opportunity to spend long days on set, side by side. Dench often mentioned how much she enjoyed those moments. Their natural closeness could be felt even when they weren't playing directly opposite each other. Colleagues on set admired their quiet devotion and professionalism. Williams had a gentle humour that perfectly complemented Dench's sharp wit. Fans who learned about their relationship felt even more emotionally tied to the series. The love they shared off screen seemed to echo the themes of loyalty and affection on screen. When Williams passed away in 2001, it left a deep mark on Dench. She carried on with the show, but his absence was keenly felt behind the scenes. Those episodes now carry a bittersweet resonance for many viewers. His presence, though limited, became a cherished part of the series. Their story remains one of the most heartfelt connections tied to the show.
Show off in front of their wives?
You don't?
I do, but it's probably so subtle you don't notice.
As Time Goes By stood out for the way it was filmed compared to other sitcoms. Instead of going for exaggerated laughter and big gags, the creators focused on quiet, natural storytelling. The sets were designed to look and feel like real homes. The dialogue was delivered in a conversational rhythm that avoided over-the-top timing. This approach required exceptional precision from the actors. Without the cushion of a noisy crowd, Dench and Geoffrey Palmer had to rely entirely on subtle expression. Their understated performances became the show's signature. Each line felt lived in, as if drawn from real life. The calm tone matched the themes of memory, aging, and rediscovery. It gave the series a soothing, almost timeless atmosphere. Episodes were carefully crafted, with attention to detail in even the smallest scenes. This slower style contrasted with faster-paced sitcoms of the era. Fans grew to love the gentleness of the show's rhythm. It never shouted for attention, it simply invited viewers in. Over time, this quiet style became one of its most defining traits. The result was a series that felt personal and enduring.
I see Mafeking's been relieved.
Really?
Every bit of leave I got, I wanted to spend with you. I didn't want to share you with anybody.
Geoffrey Palmer brought Lionel Hardcastle to life with his famously dry delivery. His career had been filled with understated roles, and he carried that trademark into this series. Some worried he might appear too reserved as a leading man. Instead, his restraint turned out to be a strength. Lionel's grumpiness was never exaggerated. It felt real and believable. Palmer's quiet timing created comedy from the smallest reactions. A single look or pause could spark laughter. His chemistry with Dench was immediate and effortless. The two actors balanced each other beautifully. Her warmth against his dry wit. Palmer once said he enjoyed playing Lionel precisely because he didn't have to force anything. The writing allowed him to simply be, rather than perform loudly. Viewers embraced Lionel as one of television's most relatable characters. He represented aging with humour and dignity, not slapstick. His character reminded audiences of someone they might actually know. The role became one of Palmer's most recognised performances. To many fans, Lionel Hardcastle remains the heart of the show's charm.
Then, you see, I could have done anything. Or, more accurately, I was prepared to try and do anything.
We're going round again.
I'm enjoying it.
The story of Jean and Lionel didn't just live on television. Writer Bob Larby published a novel version of As Time Goes By that expanded the narrative. The book gave readers a deeper look at the characters' inner thoughts. It allowed the romance to be explored in ways the screen couldn't always show. Fans discovered additional details about Lionel's past and Jean's emotions. The novel also highlighted the supporting characters in more depth. It served as a companion to the beloved series. Readers appreciated how faithfully it captured the tone of the show. For many, it felt like spending extra time with old friends. The book was not a replacement for the episodes, but an extension. It showed how much affection existed for the characters outside of television. Having a novel also gave the story a sense of permanence. Fans could return to the world of Jean and Lionel whenever they wished. The fact that it was written at all proved how strong the connection to the series was. Even in written form, the humour and heart remained intact. It stands today as a hidden gem linked to the sitcom's legacy. After the main series concluded, audiences thought the story was over.
Consider this. I think that all three of you have got unnaturally soft voices.
But years later, special episodes were created to revisit Jean and Lionel. These specials were not just simple add-ons, they were crafted to give closure. The familiar characters returned, older but still recognisable. Fans were overjoyed to see their favourite couple back on screen. The specials tied up loose ends while preserving the show's gentle humour. They also provided a chance to reflect on how time had passed for everyone. Dench and Palmer slipped back into their roles effortlessly. Their chemistry hadn't faded with the years. Supporting characters were also given moments to shine. Viewers described the specials as warm, comforting, and nostalgic. For many, it felt like reconnecting with old friends after years apart. The episodes reminded audiences why the series had lasted so long. They proved that the themes of love and second chances never age. Even today, the specials are remembered as a perfect send-off. They stand as a testament to the enduring affection for the show.
Oh, it's still alive.
Although it ended in 2005, As Time Goes By has never truly disappeared from memory.
I've decided to try to become a celebrity.
Generations of fans continue to discover it through rewatching. The series has been praised for its timelessness. Unlike trend-driven comedies, its themes remain relevant. Aging, rediscovery, and companionship never go out of style. The show's gentle tone stands in contrast to louder sitcoms. It carved out a special niche by focusing on understated humour. Actors like Dench and Palmer brought a dignity to comedy rarely seen. Their performances continue to inspire admiration from both fans and fellow actors. The series also influenced later shows that balanced romance with subtle humour. Viewers often describe it as a comfort watch. Its legacy is less about fame and more about lasting affection. For many, it remains a reminder that comedy can be warm as well as witty. Even long after its finale, it continues to attract new admirers. Its quiet success has proven to be surprisingly enduring. As Time Goes By remains a rare gem, simple, heartfelt, and unforgettable.